Tuned for part two. We're going to get these two great big planters on top of these entrance gates. We're going to cement this and decorate it, and then we're going to put a tree in here on both sides and some jasmines, and this whole thing will be decorated really nice. But that's video part number two. Yeah, having a silicone mold allows me to work in all different types of resin. This is a urethane resin, for example. You could use many different types of resins. Silicone is used a lot of times to cast resin again, so it releases quite easily having the silicone in place as the mold. So we made this in cement already. So what happens is I have a plastic container underneath. I have the silicone mold. And we're going to make a paper thin planter using this urethane resin. And it's got part A, part B, so you've got to mix the two of them together in equal quantities. And we're going to use this fabric to make it super strong. So our first step is to make two shells, planters on top of a column. So we need to get this coated with this fabric, and that'll allow us to take this off and decorate the shell that comes off of this. We're going to decorate it separately. We're going to do both at the same time because we need two of them. We need a pair. It's for our entrance of our eco lodge. So we're going to get started. We're going to mix 2 equal parts of this chemical. It says always shake well. Most of these resins, they really want you to shake it up really well. And you have to use very little at a time because this stuff dries quite quick. So if I were to put the resin on this plastic container, you would never get it apart. So we need this silicone bag as a separator for the resin to come off of very quickly, very easily. So this bag, what it does for me, it allows me to work in this resin material. You can use cement, but you can also use a lot of resins on a silicone skin like this. Yeah, I'm doing this by eye. I've got part B inside here already. Going to put part A, the same amount. There we go. This stuff sets off very quickly. So we're going to mix it super fast. So always do this with 2 people. It'll turn completely white. That way you know it's mixed very well. The moment you can see through it, you know the resin's gone through. Have some type of a slab that you can work on top that's nice and flat. You can't have any bad surfaces. I'm going to flip it over. Okay, it's all the way through. Then I pass it on. Okay, Dennis with spatula. So our objective is to make 2 planters that we can decorate later on, but we want them to be the same. And you can't mess around with this. This doesn't take very long to go off. So you got to get it going. It's a go, go, go type of resin where you have to work fast because it does set off. And we moved out of the sun. We don't want that extra heat. And this resin dries with the creation of thermal heat. So this gets incredibly hot. So just be aware of that. Working with resins or plastics instead of cement, it has this advantage that your basic is stronger a lot earlier. This will be strong in 1 hour. We could demold this in 1 hour. With cement, you might have to wait 24, 28 hours. I can feel it changing. It's getting warm and it's getting a lot thicker now, and the resin will fill up with complete bubbles, like it starts to foam. It's getting harder to apply. Wow. Okay, we need to mix another mix. Cover the bottom and cover it again. There it is, 50-50. And again, it's turning white. That means I know it's mixed. If you have lots of liquid around, lots of resin around, it's a lot easier, but you're running into the risk that it'll dry out on you. Just keep it nice and wet. Okay, we're going to finish this off, putting fabric everywhere, and then we'll show you when we've got it completely coated. We've covered everything. We want extra strength down here by the bottom ring, because that's where the most of the pressure is from the topsoil that's going in there. So we always do a double ring on the bottom just to guarantee that it's strong enough. We're going to have to change it up, let all this dry out, because it's affecting whatever in the pail is hot already, so it's affecting the next mix that we make. So we're going to finish this planter, and then we're going to let everything cure so it doesn't affect the mixing process. You can feel the heat in the pail. Yeah, so it's 1 hour later. Nothing sticky. That's the best way for you to find out if this resin is hard, is if it's sticky or not. There's a little spot here that's a bit sticky, but nothing else. So I got to get it out. I'm going to flip it over. And I've got a little hole here. No. I'm going to use a trowel. There. Okay. Now the job is I need to separate the silicone from the resin. Okay, there we go. So this had a little bit of leftover cement on it. There we go. There's our decoration piece that we can decorate any way we like. Weighs maybe 2 pounds, 3 pounds. So these plastic containers, they're like paper, and an incredible way to make cement planters if you have a silicone mold. The silicone mold is the secret to this, the key to this, so that you can release it. That's why it's so important to have a silicone mold over top of a plastic shape.